K47 here, and I'm on the legendary 2020 Orca, or as I like to call it, the Space Orca. I'm demoing it today at Blue Mountain. Frankly, we don't have enough power for me to really test the front end nose, but the first thing I really noticed is the magnet traction is helping on this super icy day. And it's a little stiffer than the other boards that I've ridden with magnet traction. I tend to lean towards the twin soft and buttery stuff from the Mervin line. Also, the whale eye is kind of creepy on this model.
Here at the Outback Board Store, Lancaster County's hidden gem for snowboarding goods. And guess what? They have last year's Orca left, which is perfect since I didn't get enough footage on the mountain to actually finish my review. Here we are. I am disappointed though because it's not my size. I'm really happy that this year they came out with more sizes. The 159 is what I would like. Unfortunately, this is a 153. Otherwise, I totally would have picked this bad boy up. I think last year's graphic is the coolest freaking thing ever, which is my first point. It is absolutely stunning and will be forever solidified in the snowboarding history books as one of the coolest base graphics to come out. Speaking of bases, the base on this is also really cool. The single spot here clearly identifies the killer whale species, along with it being primarily black, which hides the base welds greatly. The overall rocker camber profile hybrid, their C2X. I've mostly had experience with twin models, and this modification has not affected my riding negatively in any way. I actually am very impressed with how they lifted the tail here. So you have the reverse feature on a paddle board, or if you just land backwards or are practicing riding your switch, etc. It allows you to also sync real well and get great response in powder. Speaking of powder, the wide nose also keeps you afloat for days on this thing. So overall, I think the design is perfect, and there's a reason why they didn't change it from last year to this year, because if something's good, don't mess with it. Although this board instantly felt great underneath my feet, I was given a very stiff binding from the rep, and I wish I would have had a medium stiff binding on here. Possibly a Burton Malavita would be great. Cartel would probably work. In my mind, those are really universal. But somewhere right in that lines, I do feel that anything looser than that would be pretty useless, and anything stiffer than that would make you uncomfortable for being a daily driver. This overall profile and shape has pretty much resulted in perfection. There's a reason why they didn't change it from last year's design. I do believe that it has become a Leatherman of snowboarding, or a multi-tool, is what I mean by that. It is a regular quiver killer. If you don't have the space for a whole collection of snowboards, this is definitely a great option for you. This is overall useful in POW, park, and everything in between. I think that they did a great job coming out with this, and the only reason why I'm not going with it this season for myself is because the new graphic I'm not a huge fan of, although they finally have my size. I'm hoping, not this coming season, but next year, they will combine a new graphic with a size that I actually like, so that way I can pick one up for myself. But as is, I already have a powder-specific board, and I already have a park board that has the same profile with the magnet traction, so it's just not worth it to me this season. Contrary to popular opinion, and I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of crap for this, I'm going to have to give the Orca a 3 out of 5 Jerry skiers. That is only because last year they didn't have enough size options available, and this year the graphic is absolutely creepy. Thanks, comment below, let me know how much you love the Orca and how much you hate my review, because I'm sure that's bound to happen here, since I'm being completely honest with this thing instead of being a kiss ass. And don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, all that fun crap. But always remember, board through the pain!